What is going on, everybody? AnimeScale here, and today I bring you my personal top 10 strongest Genjutsu users in Naruto. I have just one honorable mention that goes to Jiraiya, who was able to perform Toad Confrontation Chant, which is one of the most powerful sound-based Genjutsu seen in the series. However, this Genjutsu was almost entirely performed by Fukasaku and Shima, therefore it wouldn't be fair to give all credits to Jiraiya here. Now, with this being said, let's start with the number 10. At the number 10 spot, we have Gengetsu, who has such a cute face for someone who possessed such a troublesome Genjutsu technique. After summoning a giant clam, he could perform the demonic illusion steaming multi-storied building. This is one of the best evasive techniques shown in the whole series. Gengetsu uses the water vapor produced by the clam to create mirages that cannot be dispelled. Under this Genjutsu, opponents cannot attack him as they cannot decipher his actual position. Even with aid from Gengetsu, the allied shinobi division found it very difficult to put an end to this Genjutsu. At the 9th spot, we've got the god of shinobi Hashirama and his brother Tobirama. As Senjus, both of them had large chakra reserves, well-refined chakra control, and a strong will that ensured that during the countless battles against the Uchiha clan, they were able to break out of numerous Genjutsu. Hashirama and Tobirama have been shown to also utilize Genjutsu of their own, performing the Yin Release, Bringer of Darkness technique, that when cast places the opponent's eyesight in perpetual hallucinatory darkness. Let's just call it blindness. I do not know anyone who will want to face off against these beasts while blind. It will likely result in a bloodbath. KABUTO shares this 8th spot with the Kunoichi Teiuya of the Sound 4. Teiuya uses a sound-based Genjutsu, which he used to trap the highly smart Shikamaru in their battle. After KABUTO declared himself a Dragon Sage, he was able to use Teiuya's sound-based Genjutsu, the Demonic Flute, Phantom Sound Chains. This is a very dangerous Genjutsu that binds anyone that hears the sound of the flute. Sage KABUTO succeeded in trapping highly powerful characters like Itachi and Sasuke. This technique is so difficult to defeat that the Uchiha brothers had to work together to stand a chance against it. Sage KABUTO also modified his body to be able to repel ocular Genjutsu. Believe it or not, the Ketsu Ryugen gives its owner access to Genjutsu that rivals the Sharingan. The user can cast the Genjutsu either by making physical skin contact with the target or meeting each other's gaze, upon which they can hypnotize the victim in a variety of ways or even delve deep into their minds to extract information. Jin obviously lost her Genjutsu battle against Sasuke, but her dojutsu would result in being lethal against most shinobi out there. The clan killer Itachi has an unending list of people he has put under a Genjutsu. The genius of the Uchiha was so skilled in Genjutsu that, with the aid of his Sharingan, he can turn his opponent's Genjutsu against them. Itachi was one of the few people in the series shown to be able to perform the Izanami, a forbidden Genjutsu technique that serves as the counter to the Izanagi. The awakening of his Mangekyo Sharingan birthed the Tsukiyomi, a despicable technique that alters time and traps the mind of its hapless victims. A powerful shinobi like Kakashi collapsed instantly after falling prey to the Tsukiyomi and might have even died from its effect. Itachi was so skilled in illusionary techniques that he could cast them with just the point of a finger. It is one thing to pretend to be Madara Uchiha, and it is another thing to possess the necessary strength that will convince people that you are actually Madara. Obito was well skilled in Genjutsu, being able to place targets under illusions, acquire information, or control their actions via eye contact. The masked man was able to take control of the powerful 4th Mizukage, Yagura, for years without anyone noticing, and this is a difficult feat by any standards. He was also shown being able to control the 9 tails and perform the Izanagi, saving himself from death in the battle against Conan. And another of his Genjutsu feat was controlling 6-tailed beasts at once during the war with his Rinnegan. Worth pointing out is the fact that the Hashirama cells in his body enable him to prolong the time length of the Izanagi. Shisui was said to be one of the strongest of his generation, and he didn't even need to use his powerful Genjutsu techniques to trap his opponents. Shisui had a myriad of Genjutsu techniques, and he could trap opponents instantaneously without their knowledge. His Genjutsu was also shown to trap multiple individuals, even at a long range. Shisui's Mangekyo earned him the Koto Matsukami, a technique so powerful that it could have put an end to the Uchiha clan's coup d'etat. Through Shisui's eye that he stole, Danzo utilized Koto Matsukami, manipulating Mifune for the post of Supreme Commander of the Allied Shinobi Force. Danzo also performed the Izanagi against Shisui and multiple times in the battle against Sasuke. The Hashirama cells he possessed allowed him to wield the forbidden Izanagi for longer periods. The Shadow Hokage possesses an absolute mastery of Genjutsu. As a teenager with just a 3-tomo Sharingan, he was able to suppress the Nine-Tails chakra, trap Deidara on 2 occasions with a Genjutsu, and break out of Itachi's Tsukiyomi. Once obtained his Mangekyo Sharingan, he managed to put B under Genjutsu for a few seconds, and at the Kage Summit, he Genjutsu'd C and even used his brother's Mirage Crow technique on Danzo. With his Tomo Rinnegan, Sasuke was able to predict and resist the infinite Tsukiyomi with his Susanoo, and later on even put all Nine-Tailed Beasts under a Genjutsu at once. This crazy feat earned him high praises from Hagoromo himself. At the number 2 spot, we have the Sage of Six Paths. While not shown to perform any Genjutsu, Hagoromo possessed both the Sharingan and the Rinnegan and had a full mastery of both of them. The guy could obviously use Izanami and Izanagi, and his Rinnegan was enough to withstand the infinite Tsukiyomi. His usage of Sage Mode was perfect, and he was shown to train at Mount Maiboku, so I will be assuming he was highly skilled at both ocular and sound-based Genjutsu. The Manipulator and the legendary Uchiha who was being manipulated will share the first spot on this list. Madara Uchiha possessed a very powerful chakra and could subdue tail beasts in an instant under his Genjutsu. He could paralyze multiple targets with just eye contact, as was shown during the 4th Great Shinobi War. The forbidden Izanagi was amongst his Genjutsu catalog. But the reason for his first spot is obviously the infinite Tsukiyomi, a technique powerful enough to trap the entire world into a dream. To cast a Genjutsu of this scale, the user's Rinne Sharingan must be reflected off of the moon. Imagine having the whole world in your control. You automatically become a god. And this is the magnitude of Madara and Kaguya's Genjutsu. There we go, guys. What do you think about the list? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I'll see you all soon. This is AnimeScale out. Bye.